Billions spent on Homebuilder. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, let's have a look at this article from realestate.com.au. So, Homebuilder. Australia faces a $2 billion plus bill as applications tipped to top 100,000. So, Homebuilder is working. The goal of the government was to spur economic activity, so they're going to overheat the housing sector once again, everyone. The federal government is bracing to shell out more than $2 billion in home builder grants, with application numbers potentially set to top 100,000 by the end of March. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of people going, oh, we need social housing, but you've got to understand, for every $25,000 they spend on this home builder, they get a minimum of another $150,000 economic activity. You've got to put your own money in. For social housing, you don't. For every 25 grand they spend on social housing, they get 25 grand on social housing. You want to keep people out of social housing. Social housing should not, we should be at a point where the government shouldn't even have to consider providing social housing, where you've got some personal charities that do what is needed, but our economy is doing so well that people can find a job, or that housing is so cheap that it is plentiful. That should be the goal. Social housing is a failure of our government, if we need it. Probably the only architect in the country that argues against it. But you don't want to live in social housing. You want people to own their own houses. You want people to be house proud. You want people to buy a dump and fix it up. You want people to realize, I can't live in Burleigh Heads with only a 40 grand deposit and maybe move to a more sensible suburb. That's where we should be. At its launch in June last year, the government anticipated 27,000 Australian households would access a grant and budgeted the uncapped program to around $680 million. Figures released to News Corp this week showed 88,264 have already applied by the February 26th. This would account for more than $2 billion in grants if all is successful. Those who applied for the grant last year received 25,000, while those who applied this year will get 15,000, provided they meet strict criteria relating to income, the value of works completed, and commercial construction within 6 months of signing a contract. But volume home builder Burbank Group this week revealed delays to timber, steel, stone, and tiles being shipped from overseas could combine with a tradie shortage to cost some applicants the government funds they were relying on. That's what I'm worried about as someone who's about to do a construction job. Managing Director Jared Sanfilippo said extending the construction window would address the issue without increasing applications. I think that's a good idea. I think they really should work to extending the time that people have. You don't want to overheat the market, guys. If you overheat the market, people will cut corners. It'll be no different to all of the other construction issues we have. You don't want the fat bats scam. You don't want people cutting corners. Okay, you don't want the issue with all of the apartment towers that we had in Sydney where the market overheats and you get issues. It would just ensure everyone who signed up for the grant receives it, he said. The Federal Housing Minister, Michael Sukkar, said the government expected application numbers to rise and noted the government will continue to work with the sector to maximise the economic impact of this highly effective program. We look forward to building upon more than 88,000 applicants already received, which means more work for our tradies, he said. Housing Industry Association Chief Economist Tim Reardon said there would be a surge in applications late this month as builders and home buyers had delayed signing contracts to give themselves to the end of September to commence construction. I would imagine by the end of March it will have exceeded 100,000 applicants, Mr. Reardon said. Melbourne and Sydney would see the largest uptick. A similar late surge occurred in December before the $25,000 grant was swapped for a $15,000 one in January this year. State governments have also revealed the home builder hotspots where tradies and building materials are most in demand. Victoria's Windham municipality is the nation's leader, which has already received 2,338 applicants. At least 1,400 of those are in Tarnett and Hoopers Crossing postcode area. Nationwide, there are 75,143 applicants by December 31, meaning up to $1.8 billion in $25,000 grants could be paid. If applications top 100,000, it could add a further 25,000 payments of 15,000 to the federal credit card and 375 million through at present, to 196.8 million. But guys, this is the point. They want to spur the economy. They want it to go further. They want to get it going. And the advantage of this one is that the Homebuilder is that they get economic activity. It's worth more bang for their buck. I mean, we're all going to pay for it later, but I would rather you get more value for your money here, because also the people who are doing it, they're more involved in their projects, so they're not going to waste it as much as a civil servant doing a public housing job. Just saying. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.